What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Denzel Pitchford. And before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new content becomes available. Getting right into it, today's a very special day because this is the first interview on Denzel and Friends. And I had the pleasure to interview a young lady by the name of Tatiana Alexis Alexandra. She's the author of the drama That Caused the Trauma. Without further ado, let's get into the interview. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
All right. Welcome and thank you again for being the first person on Denzel and Friends. I have the pleasure to introduce to you Tatiana Alexis Alexander. She's the author of the drama That Caused the Trauma, and her book is on Amazon now. It's ranked 21 in African literature on the Kindle store and ranked number 79 in African literature in the bookstore. Her publication date was November 17th, 2019, and this book is more of a poetry book, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and a little bit about yourself. I did a little research before we got on here, and it says you were born and raised in Oakland, California.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and I did a little more, so I see here where you went and graduated from Oakland Unity High School. Tell me a little bit about the high school.
Oakland Unity High is a small charter school. When I attended there, it was only 200 students, and it was a very hands-on place where basically it's only like 15 kids in each class, and they were motivated on getting all their students to graduate and go straight into colleges, and they help with, me being an avid reader and writer.
Okay, that's what's up. So we're gonna go and get right into the interview. The first question I have for you is, when did you realize you wanted to be a writer?
I really realized that I wanted to write, or that I could write well when I was like 12.
Okay.
Then the next year is when I kind of like realized, like, okay, I like writing. It was like when I was 13, I started writing like free-form poetry, and it kind of like helped me through a lot of things.
Okay.
At that time of developing my little teenage years.
Okay. My next question is, how has your environment and upbringing colored your writing?
So like you said, I grew up in Oakland, California in the 90s, and it's known mostly that Oakland, California has a lot of gun violence and criminal activity and things of that nature, which I believe a lot of the time I use my writing to like seek refuge from like sadness and grief of like losing people at that time and in that environment. The first time I really like wrote a poem like that really helped me a lot is this poem I wrote called Street Life when I was like 13, and it was because one of my neighbors had been murdered like down the street from our apartment. At the time, he was like right in front of like a Boys and Girls Club, and he was shot and murdered. And he was still in his late teens at the time, and like it just really kind of like just growing up in that, it's kind of like you need something to keep you out of all the rest of the madness and keep you also from your own emotions overwhelming you, especially as a teenager.
Okay. So so is it safe to say that you kind of used your writing as a shield from all the hardship that you grew up around, huh?
Pretty much. Okay. Pretty much. It was my armor, yeah.
Okay. This is a question I like to ask all artists. How long did it actually take you to write your poem book?
Okay. So it's kind of a hard question for me because my book is like a compilation over like 15 years.
Okay.
Like of journals, like the different journals do the smaller book in the 2 month time period.
Okay. Okay. I got another question. It's a question people ask me sometime when I write and they looked at my books. Is describe your ideal writing space.
Well, my ideal writing space would probably be like, I would say it would probably be like my fantasy writing space more than ideal. Would be like somewhere in Seattle where there's like water and like kind of like a cabin space or something like that, in a big room full of like a whole bunch of composition notebooks.
Okay.
And like a computer.
Okay.
Like it with no one in sight for like miles. Like that would be like ideal.
Okay. Are you working on any projects currently? If yes, what are they?
Currently I'm working on putting the drama that caused the trauma out in paperback.
Okay.
And it's gonna be more conscious on self-love and building up our Black community, and like releasing it, maybe releasing around April or so, like of this year.
Okay.
I'm thinking probably of the 11th or 12th of April. And then also I'm working on a novel type book that's kind of loosely based on my childhood, and the title of that is going to be Treasures Tribulations, and it's Treasures Tribulations, A Legacy of Abuse.
Okay.
So it kind of just talks about the different aspects of me growing up.
Okay, and I know this is not your first time writing, because you said you had been writing like a compilation of over 15 years of writing and different stuff like that. But my next question is when did you know that you can put this together in a book and put it out there for the world? When did you first notice that?
When did I know? Say that again. I'm sorry.
I was saying, when did you know that you was gonna you've been writing for years. When did you notice that you're gonna put it out there? What made you wanna put it out there for the world? You know, I know you said you've been writing for 15 years, but when was the time when you know you was like, I gotta get it out?
It was just like I had been going through my everyday, day-to-day life, and I just had got to the point where I wasn't passionate about the work that I was doing, and so I knew I needed to write, and I had started writing in an old journal, and I was like, wait, I have a lot of my mother's old journals. I was like, let me read this to like inspire me. I was getting inspired by my mother's old writings, and I just was like, you know what? I need this for myself. I wonder, does anybody else need this for themselves? Like me reminiscing on things that I wrote to help me like cope through my everyday day-to-day stuff. It kind of just really it pushed me to like share. I guess.
Okay.
I guess it was my mother, her journals that she had left me. It pushed me to say, hey, I need to help heal others, just like I'm healing myself.
Okay.
And mostly at that time too, like in August, I had found out that my son, who's 2, who you probably hear in the background, maybe. He was diagnosed with being autistic, so that was a factor too. It was a push factor. Like, hey, I can help somebody, and helping somebody get out of whatever trauma and depression, and get them back to loving themselves. I want to do that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now here's a fun question. What do you like to do when you're not writing? What are some of your hobbies?
So my biggest hobby is being a mommy, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
not really a hobby, it's just like, I'm always with my son. We go places and do things, and I enjoy that. Like, going to the park and going to Chuck E. Cheese and those things. But really, my number one thing, once he's put to bed and everything, that I love and enjoy for myself is reading. I think some of the greatest readers are writers, like so. Like
I
I
totally
love to
agree.
just get into a good book from time to time myself. So like either it's like something about educational, usually it's like self-help and wellness lately. I've been doing that. I actually also too like I like to read like older works of poetry like Edgar Allan Poe and stuff like that, like old stuff
Okay.
and Shakespeare and stuff like that, like to just get inspired about the feeling that it evokes. I like to read something that gives you a feeling behind it.
Okay. My next question is, how did your family respond to your writing? I know when I first started off and I said I wanted to write a book, people was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" So, did you get some of those similar responses, or how did your family take when you said you wanted to start writing?
I think my family knew for a long time that I was writing poetry, like in my journals and things like that.
Hmm.
But they were, like when I first announced, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and write a book and put it out there, they were really supportive, surprisingly. And then they read like some of the topics, and they were kind of like, oh wow, I didn't know you were gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
Okay, okay,
so
okay.
that was like kind of a shocker for them, but they're still overall supportive, and they're happy, that I was able to do something that was gonna make me happier than I was at the time when I first started writing.
What was the most surprising thing you learned in creating this book?
In creation of this book, the most surprising thing I learned was about myself and how I'm super determined to get something done. Once I set the goal, I just go for it. And then also I learned about self-publishing. Um, it's kind of like jumping off the airplane, like jumping out of an airplane when you self-publish in a sense, because you just like put your ideal out there for the world, like in like one click, pretty much.
Yeah.
For doing it off of Amazon.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like a real eye opener. I didn't know that you could really self-publish like and be like out there that quickly. And so that was like one of the most like surprising things too for me.
Okay, okay. Now, out of all the poems that you wrote, could you explain the one that was the one that was your favorite?
My favorite one is like the last poem of the book, and it's a personification poem. It's called "The Birth of Little Sorrow," and it just really that poem really was like I was going through some real deep stuff with like my parents at the time. Like they were getting divorced, and like they were remarried. Like they were introducing me to their new significant others and stuff. And so like I wrote that to just like basically it's like how I was feeling about myself in the midst of my parents' divorce. Like I was feeling like I caused them so much pain or whatever. So and that's why I really enjoyed it, because now being an adult, I wrote that as a teenager. Being an adult and going through different circumstances in adulthood, it made me realize like, you know, you never know how deep things are hurting and affecting children. And so like I just really liked that one because it really like brought out a part of me that was like childlike, I guess.
Yeah, like a lot of raw emotions, huh?
Child. And it reminded me that, happiness and joy is something that you gotta work towards and harness. You can't always live in that moment of sorrow.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you. Do you have any suggestions for somebody who wants to write but hadn't started yet? You have any suggestions for them?
Uh, well, my number one thing would say just you write your ideal down, whether you're doing it for environmental or you're making up an imaginary world or something like that, or you focusing on a character. What's your ideal that you have initially of what you want to tell the reader? You need to kind of incorporate at all times that your ideal is coming across to them, even in the environment, even with the characters. It always has to come with the main point.
Okay. Okay.
So that you won't lose the reader.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. Do you hear from your readers much, or and if so, what kind of feedback do they give you?
My readers, they always say very good things about my poetry. Like the whole point of the poems that I was writing at the time was to really evoke the emotion. And so they always say oh, that was really deep, and I like to hear that from readers. I enjoy that, because with poetry, it has to release some kind of emotion. Either it can, sometimes a poet can make you angry at the things that they say.
Yeah, they can.
But as long as there's some type of emotion, I think as a poet, not just as a writer, I think that's our main point, is to get some kind of emotion out.
Okay. And this book, after I went through some of the poems I was looking at, it's more of a. Would you say it's more of an adult book, or something like that, or how? Let me rephrase the question. To me, it seems like it's more of an adult book. Would you do you have any possible books like children's stories in the future, or are you just gonna mainly stick to the adult books?
Well, for the novel that I'm working on, it's probably more young adult, with teenage, 14 to up, but for my poetry, I believe that it should probably be 17 or 18 and up, it should, because it does talk about sex,
Yeah.
I feel sometimes, it's good to let young adults, have that conversation or evoke that type of conversation with young adults as well, to teach them, the first poem that's in my book is about how sex is really a life changer. So don't just take it lightly. And I really think that young adults need to know that nowadays, because sex is just always regularly on TV, and it's a thing to do, but it's really something that should not be taken as lightly as I feel society takes it, and that we are American culture basically takes sex as it's not really a big deal.
I agree.
But it needs to be opened up to, hey, this is what can happen because of sex,
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. My next question is, see, I never really been a poem writer. I mostly tell stories or something. So I was wondering what would be your thoughts on what makes a good poem?
Like I said, hold on a second. I'm so sorry, my baby's. The thoughts on what makes a good poem, though, for me would probably be just like I said, invoking the emotion, and then also kind of having a level of it has to have technique behind it. There's free form poems, and the one that I was talking about is personifications. there's limericks, sonnets. You have to kind of have like a rhythmic kind of flow to your poetry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes like a good poem to me. Like if it's, if it has the structure of poetry. And sometimes like the personification poem, in a way, to me, that the one that I wrote, it kind of is a longer personification. It's kind of like a short story, kind of. So you can do it. It just has to have some level of structure. You can do a poem, to me, however you really want to, but you just gotta structure where it has at least a little bit of rhythmic flow to it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I heard your little boy in the background. He's a handful, huh?
Yes, he's a joyful handful.
Okay, okay. Now, speaking of your son, I want this question falls right in line with that. When you were a child, did you always want to be an author, or was there something else that you wanted to be as a child growing up?
So that's a really good question, and it's a really kind of like, it's kind of a shaky question because I still want to do some like of the same things, but so when I was a child, everybody knows, like, growing up, since I was like the age of like 40 or something like that, I always wanted to be a doctor. I actually attended San Francisco State for 3 years, until my mother actually passed away. I attended San Francisco State as a cell and molecular biologist major.
Okay, that's what's up.
And yeah, so I was on the path and on the route to go to be a doctor, and then I'm still heavily involved in the medical field with the work that I do now. I'm a medical coding and biller, so I'm still involved in the medical field, but writing is really like a real passion of mine, and it makes me feel way better than, I don't know, anything that I think I could do as a doctor right now.
Okay.
I feel like I'd rather heal people emotionally than heal them like physically.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of stuff that goes into just being a doctor. It's not as simple as you think. Like once you get into the medical field and start really learning about it, it's kind of a lot of mess you got to deal with to be a doctor.
I got you.
You can't reach as many people as you want if you're really a good-hearted kind of person.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
One of my last question is, can you share with us a best way that you can be reaching, other ways we can learn about your book?
The best way to reach me is probably on IG, and the page is Valerie. So Valerie's Legacy, and it's lowercase, and also I have a Facebook page. It's also Valerie's Legacy, and hopefully you guys can like and share that page too. And then finally, if you really want to reach out to me personally and talk to me about anything and everything, I'm open to that. And you can email me on valerieslegacy@gmail.com.
Okay. Before we get out of here, I want to thank you again for being the first guest on Denzel and Friends. All right, guys, that wraps up the first interview on Denzel and Friends. I want to give a special thank you to Tatiana Alexis Alexander. Her book is out now on Amazon, The Drama That Caused the Trauma. And until next time, I'll see you guys then.